Hi! How is it going? I hope you all doing great. Welcome back to our storytelling session. You are with me, Teacher Wan. Today, we are going to read a story titled Red Riding Hood. Let's read together.
Hi, I'm Little Red Riding Hood. Nice to meet you. One time, I went to visit my grandmother's house, like I always do. But this time, I put myself in grave danger. I didn't know how bad it was to talk to strangers, especially the big, bad wolf. Let me show you what happens next. Open up the book and meet me on the following pages. And I'll be waiting for you.
Once upon a time, there was a girl called Little Red Riding Hood who lived at the edge of a big dark forest. Little Red Riding Hood had a grandmother who lived on her own in a cottage on the other side of the forest.
There you are. Let's play.
Hello there, little one. I'm the big bad wolf.
See you soon.
One morning, Little Red Riding Hood set off to visit her grandmother for lunch, as she did every week. Little Red Riding Hood skipped along the path through the forest, but soon she became tired and stopped to rest under a tree. As she closed her eyes, Little Red Riding Hood heard a voice behind her. "Hello, little girl. Are you lost?" "I'm not lost. I am going to visit my grandmother, who lives in a cottage on the other side of the forest," Little Red Riding Hood replied. What Little Red Riding Hood didn't know was that she was talking to a big bad wolf. The big bad wolf wanted to gobble up Little Red Riding Hood right then, but he decided he would race ahead to her grandmother's cottage so he could gobble them both up for lunch.
Oh no! What happened here? Why is everything black and white? I'm too scared to go through the forest alone. Can you help me find my way? Paint the page so I can continue my journey to grandmother's house. Red! Good job! Blue! Green! Yellow! Green! Wonderful! Blue! Green! Hooray! You did it! I'd better go. Grandmother must be waiting for me.
The wolf ran ahead until he reached Little Red Riding Hood's grandmother's cottage. He knocked on the door and listened. "Who's there?" called a voice from inside. "It's me, Little Red Riding Hood," replied the wolf. The wolf opened the door, and before Little Red Riding Hood's grandmother could even scream, he gobbled her right up. Quickly, the wolf put on her nightcap and glasses and tucked himself up in bed. When Little Red Riding Hood reached her grandmother's cottage, she knocked on the door and called out, "Grandmother, it's me, Little Red Riding Hood." "Come in," said a voice from inside the cottage. So Little Red Riding Hood opened the door and went inside.
Hey, I've lost my basket. Can you help me find it? Tap it with your finger when you see it. Well done. And can you show me where the picture frame is? Wonderful! That's a photo of my grandmother and grandfather when they were young. Now show me where the lamp is. You're doing great! Now find the ball. Good job! You're so helpful. Now, turn the page to continue our adventure. See you later!
Little Red Riding Hood thought that her grandmother looked a little strange, so she switched on a lamp near the bed. "Grandmother, what big eyes you have!" exclaimed Little Red Riding Hood. "All the better to see you with, my dear," replied the wolf. Little Red Riding Hood crept a little closer. "Grandmother, what big ears you have!" gasped Little Red Riding Hood. "All the better to hear you with, my dear," replied the wolf. Little Red Riding Hood crept right up to the bed. "Grandmother, what big teeth you have!" cried Little Red Riding Hood as the light glinted off the wolf's teeth. "All the better to eat you with, my dear," shouted the wolf, leaping out of bed. Little Red Riding Hood screamed and swung her basket as hard as she could at the big bad wolf. The basket was very heavy and it knocked the wolf right over.
Who's there? Who's there?
Grandmother, it's me, Little Red Riding Hood.
Come in.
Grandmother, what big eyes you have!
All the better to see you with, my dear.
Grandmother, what big ears you have!
All the better to hear you with, my dear.
Grandmother, what big teeth you have!
All the better to eat you with, my dear. Come here.
Just then, the door to the cottage swung open and Little Red Riding Hood's father arrived on his way home from wood chopping. Little Red Riding Hood told her father all about the big bad wolf and how he had eaten her grandmother and tried to eat her too. Little Red Riding Hood's father grabbed the wolf, squeezed his tummy, and out popped Little Red Riding Hood's grandmother. Little Red Riding Hood's grandmother was very happy to be back and she agreed to come for dinner at Little Red Riding Hood's house. Little Red Riding Hood, her grandmother, and her father walked out of the cottage and pulled the door closed behind them.
And now, it's time for some fun. Come play along with us. Thank you for helping me on my journey. I hope we can meet again soon. Bye-bye.
How was the story? Do you enjoy it? I hope you do. The moral of the story: do not talk to strangers. Never share your personal information on social media. And lastly, do not walk alone by yourself, although how safe it may seem. Till then, bye!